Beetles again, huh? Lionstar sighed, his large orange tabby pelt rippling as the Moss Clan leader looked out over the still sparse prey pile. He turned to Bartram, giving the dusty gray tomcat a small smile. So, I suppose this would be an excellent time to see your fishing skills, Bartram. A large, fixed smile appeared instantly on Bartram's face as Lionstar talked, and the gray cat was just barely able to keep his tail from bristling in nervousness. Lionstar, his eyes shadowed with worry for his clan, didn't seem to notice. Across the near-empty prey pile, Honeywish let out a loud sniff and tossed her head, narrowing her gold and green eyes. We are not fishing cats, and some of us don't even like the taste of fish. I still say it makes more sense to send Briarstock, Oakglade, and Redpaw down to the fields, and... The field is too close to... Lionstar interrupted, then sighed and turned away, shaking his head. I know, Honeywish, I know. Just let's give this a try first, instead. Put some honey on your fish, if it helps. We've not tried hunting in the lake before, and Mossleaf had learned a few tricks about catching frogs from Crowfeather before... Lionstar trailed off again, the shadow in his face deepening. There was a quiet ripple of sorrow in the clan that made Bartram squirm slightly, glancing over his shoulder towards where Robinpaw was resting in the medicine cat moss bed. He didn't quite understand everything the Moss Clan cats talked about, but, well, how hard would it really be to catch a fish? Surely he hadn't even... Briarstock. Lionstar's voice interrupted Bartram's train of thought, and all the cats looked back towards the Moss Clan leader. The dark red Tom, Briarstock, blinked at his leader in surprise, and beside Briarstock sat Oakglade. Usually, Redpaw, Briarstock's apprentice, was always by Briarstock's side like a large furry shadow, but over the past few days he had taken to disappearing into the forest for long stretches of time. Briarstock, Lionstar repeated, tilting his head. You're currently the deputy of Moss Clan. And yes, Honeywish, just wait until you're out of the nursery, and the kits are ready to be apprenticed, and you will be deputy again. Lionstar waved his tail in peace at Honeywish, who had raised her own tail in agitation. She settled back with a quiet grumble, glancing towards where Bumblecit and Beakit were playing with a beetle wing. What do you think we should do? Go to the fields to hunt forest prey, or try fishing at the lake? Well... Briarstock glanced towards Honeywish, who gave him an all-too-familiar glower, and then sighed heavily, glancing towards Bartram with a smile. It can't hurt to try fishing, right? If we're careful, we can be sure to keep away from any two-legs and their dogs who are walking there. And besides, you're an expert fisher, aren't you, Bartram? I'm sure you'll help us to get the prey pile filled in no time. Right, of course, Bartram meowed, his voice cheerful and confident, even while his tail stiffened out behind him. I'm excellent at fishing. We'll catch so many fish. All the fish, of course. The gray cat smiled reassuringly, trying to ignore the flip-flopping sensation in his stomach, as though he'd swallowed a whole swarm of hyper chipmunks. There's really nothing to it. The gathered cats of Moss Clan let out relieved, or in Honeywish's case, annoyed, meows and began discussing who would go to the lake to learn how to fish first. Bartram kept a smile on his face and his tail high, his eyes slightly glazed with panic and his ears ringing with the memory of Robinpaw's voice, asking for fish. Surely he could do this, right? After all, what could go wrong? All he had to do was catch a fish, and then he could fulfill his promise to Robinpaw. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Warrior Cats Challenge here in The Sims 3 with all expansion packs and quite a bit of custom content. And we are here in Moss Clan today, getting ready for the big fishing trip. So you guys have known that has been coming up for the last few days. We would have gone on the fishing trip a little bit earlier than now. Also, this is really, really cute, isn't it? Our little minx-tailed cats are just, they're just adorable together. But we would have gone on the fishing trip earlier than this, especially because the prey pile pile has nothing but beetles in it. In fact, I think it's literally just got one light beetle in it, and we have a very cranky Red Paw who wants to go pounce his mentor, kind of keeping an eye on things. But Red Paw's kind of like tossed to the side right now because everybody's waiting for his fleas to get cured, and Dogaze is currently sleeping. So when Dogaze wakes up, then she can get around to curing his fleas. But first, she has to cure Robin Paw's fleas. Red Paw actually gave Robin Paw his fleas. I bet it's wherever Red Paw has been wandering off into the forest up to mysterious things lately. Who knows what you've been doing, Red Paw, but you have brought back fleas to camp, so he might have to wait for just a second. But we would have gone on the fishing trip already that Bartram claims he can take all of the cats on since, oh, he's fighting with a beetle right now. Look at him go. Since he says that he is an expert fisher and his skills are just through the roof and he can catch enough fish to fill up the clan, and he's been promising Robin Paw to bring back a fish because she really wants to eat a fish. So we will be having Bartram lead the clan over to the lake, and I'm sure you guys can probably predict just the truth behind his words and how that may go. I don't know how it'll go. Maybe he'll end up fishing up a whole bunch of fish and gaining a lot of status with the clan, or maybe we'll run into a bunch of dogs and two legs and the entire clan will be torn apart into pieces as like animal control is called, and we get in a fight with a dog and maybe somebody doesn't survive. So we're gonna have to see what Bartram's lies, did I say lies? Cough, cough. What Bartram's claims take us towards. Is it going to take us towards filling up the prey pile full of food, or is it going to take us towards a very sad chapter in Moss Clan, of which we've already had a lot, Bartram, so behave yourself. So we're going to have to see what's going to go on with that today. But we're going to send a pretty small group of cats with him too, because they're getting really, really hungry. They just ate all of the beetles that are kind of here. It's too bad they can't eat Red Paw's fleas, and might as well at this point. They're getting desperate enough. But they don't really have a lot of prey that they've been gathering from the forest, and everything we've been catching has seemed to be nothing but like beetles. So it's been getting quite annoying. So Mossleaf is actually going to go in the fishing party, and so is Lionstar, because he kind of wants to keep an eye on her. And they're leaving behind Briarstock so that he can watch over Red Paw, and he can watch over the kits and Robin Paw and Dogaze. So Briarstock's going to be left in charge, and Red Paw is a little bit upset that he doesn't get to go on the fishing trip too. He's not really been able to get anything but beetles to help feed the clan for a while now. So he's got like the rhinoceros beetle, and he's got the light beetle, and he's got the termite, but he can't really catch anything hardy, and so he's feeling sort of let down by that. And Red Paw has kind of just been forgotten and pushed to the sides quite a bit. And he actually rolled on his randomizer today. He actually rolled the ability to be one of the cats that we watch for the day. Because every time we start playing now, I roll the randomizer to see which two cats we focus on. And it fell on Bartram and Red Paw. So we're going to keep an eye on these two and kind of either fulfill their wants or just kind of watch their story unfold as we go. So that's what we're going to do today. We'll wait until Bartram finishes fighting the beetle that he's fighting right here. Then Mossleaf, Lionstar, and who was the other one who was going to go? Oakglade was going to go because he's a pretty good hunter. And I think Squirreleap and Tommy were thinking about going. Kind of like a bigger group, potentially going to go. So I think these two may go. I think Squirreleap's going to give it just like one good attempt to find something in the forest. We're going to put down the Ancient Dragon. That's a rare, so I can get rid of the chip bag. And we have another Rhinoceros beetle. Just nothing but beetles to eat. Oh my gosh. And then we've got a little spotted beetle. Also rare, so we can go ahead and put that down. And Tommy got a spotted beetle too. Look at this. It's nothing but beetles. Why do we have nothing but beetles to eat in this clan? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. As soon as Dogaze wakes up, she can go ahead and start curing everybody. Bartram, that's an empty chip bag. The empty chip bag curse means if we get too many of those, then the cats will actually end up going, they'll actually have to go into two-leg territory. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and have Bartram meet up with everybody. Let's see. He wants to be friends with Dogaze, which I think he wants to do to get closer to Red Paw. And he did tell Red Paw that he could get her lots and lots of delicious, yummy fish. Oh, or not Red Paw, Robin Paw. Why do I keep saying that? All right. And then these two are wrestling. I don't think Briarstock would be very amused. Yeah, and he doesn't really want to have anything to do right now with his apprentice, which is a pity. So we'll just kind of leave those two alone. And where's Lionstar? Over here, huh? And Lionstar is getting a little hungry. So I'm going to send him over here. I'm going to have him eat something, if he would, really, really quickly, so that we don't send the cats there hungry. And then I'm going to have Mossleaf come over and make dirt so that she is ready to go. I just don't want to see the cats get sick because we take them on the little journey with us. And as soon as Miss Squirreleap is done being groomed, then we're going to go send her to eat. And Tommy is ready. Tommy is ready, and he really wants to talk to Robinpaw and Briarstock. So maybe he'll come over and talk to Briarstock really quickly. We'll go ahead and sniff Briarstock. Just kind of like settling the last moments before half the clan tries to go on this fishing trip. And I wonder if they're going to catch anything. Because they really need food. So this is going to be interesting. This is one of those moments where we've set the stage for the cats, and now we watch their stories unfold. Alright, so Tommy's happy. Maybe he thinks he can talk to Briarstock somehow and like learn something from him. And as soon... Alright, there's Lionstar. Lionstar is now done eating. And Sniff Robinpaw, he's worried about his daughter because she's still snoozing. And where's Honeywish? I imagine he would say something to Honeywish about leaving. But I think, yeah, Honeywish is off to sleep and she wants to play with one of her kits. So she's really more focused on her kits. But focused on her kits, and I really love how she's come around to being friends with Mossleaf, even though she loved Lionstar too. So, all right, Bartram, it's time. All right, so we're gonna lead the little group. Let's have him. Oh, look at Lizardpaw. Look at his little back feetsies. Ah, he's climbing a tree. That is so cute. Lizardpaw, look at you go. Oh my goodness, I love him. You are a tree, Lizardpaw. You don't need to climb one. Oh, he's so sweet. Okay, and let's send Bartram over to talk to Lionstar and let him know we're ready. Or more, I think it would be Lionstar going to talk to Bartram, wouldn't it? I think Bartram is quite fine with just walking around the bushes and trying to bring back a beetle, and maybe he'll be lucky and find a rainbow beetle and be able to cop out of actually going anywhere. And what's going on with Redpaw? Oh, he's talking to the kit. I think he snapped at Bumblecit earlier, and so maybe he's feeling a little bit bad. And he wants to sniff Beakit. Maybe he's thinking that he wants to be a mentor to Beakit. What do you guys think about that? I think that's an interesting idea. All right, so Lionstar is letting Bartram know that the clan is ready to go. And we're going to do something pretty interesting, you guys. So here's how it's going to work with sending the clan over to do a little bit of fishing. We are going to start keeping track of different skills for the different cats. So we have, like I said, the hunting in the forest skill. So whenever the cats are in the forest, they will have a certain skill level. And we will change their hunting skill level if they go, say, to the beach, or they go somewhere where they need to use their fishing skill. So if they go to the lake, or if they come down to the beach, then that's fishing skill. And so their hunting skill would have to be changed to whatever their fishing skill would be. If they are going to start coming over and hunting in two-leg territory, like at the barn or at any of the areas that have like active two legs in a house or a building, like over here at this equestrian center or over here at, I think this is like a bar. Yeah, it's like a little shack. If they're going to hunt along there, then that's two-leg territory, and that's a different kind of hunting skill. If they're going to hunt in the fields, that's a different hunting skill, because in the Warrior Cats books, being a fishing cat is one type of skill. Hunting in the forest and relying on the branches, relying on the leaf cover, relying on like all the leaf litter on the floor and the bushes, all of that is a different hunting skill. And then, you know, Wind Clan hunts through the fields, and being fast and hunting rabbits is a whole different hunting skill too. So what we're going to start doing is we are going to start changing up the hunting skills for the cats. I have them written down on a piece of paper, and so what we'll do is every time we go to hunt in a different area or we hunt in a different way, then the cats will have their hunting skills edited. So Lionstar is a great forest hunter, but he's never tried fishing before. So I would come over to the NRAS mod and I would go ahead, and I think it's not intermediate, is it? Is it basic? Not basic. Hang on, I have to find it. Advanced. There we go. Advanced and then skill level. So this is that special mod that I have for the game. And again, you can find the Behind the Paws playlist, and that will have a link that will explain I have a video explaining all of the mods I have for my Warrior Cats challenge. And so I would come over and change this to 0. And so now when I come back, He doesn't have any skills. So we have now made Lionstar completely skillless. He does not have any hunting skills. He would do really, really poorly if he tried to hunt right now. But that's because that's his fishing skill. So we're saying he's coming as a complete novice in the fishing skill. We'll go ahead and leave Bartram with a 1 in the fishing skill just so that we can have like lessons just so he can lead the way. And then what Lionstar is going to do, see, he can't do any fishing. Whereas Bartram, because he has 1 hunting point, he can do some fishing. So what would have to happen is Bartram is going to kind of be having to teach each and every cat how to fish. But I'm going to wait until he manages to actually like catch something. Now, Mossleaf might be able to teach the other cats how to fish as well. I'm going to say she has a fishing skill of 3 because she was taught by Crowfeather before Crowfeather left. So we're going to make Mossleaf's fishing skill level 3 to start the day. And then she can advance it when they go to the lake and they start fishing. And I will change whatever their level is on my piece of paper for their fishing skill with whatever skills they earn during the day. So that's my plan there. And we are going to set a special limit, and this is going to be kind of a fun limit. Mossleaf is a forest cat, so I'm going to say that her fishing skill can never be anything higher than 5. They can only have half the max skill. And if she's not a house cat, she's not a 2-leg descended cat, so I'm going to say that she would only ever be able to have a max level of 5 if she was hunting around 2-leg territory and things like that, or hunting in a big open field, because she's a forest cat through and through. Literally, she's the forest spirit cat. That's how this works. But then we have cats like, let's pick one of our half clan cats, for instance. Say, you know, over in Branch Clan. We do have the kits over in Branch Clan. So what happens when you're like from each clan? I'm going to say that the half clan cats will have a special bonus that will actually make it a little bit difficult for them to decide which side they would be on. And don't worry, I know it looks like there's a house there. There's not. It's just this weird glitch that happens. So don't worry, there's no house here. It's still Branch Clan. They didn't raise it to the ground and build like a sim house on top. Don't worry about that. But I need your guys' ideas on, should half clan cats have a special bonus where they can reach level 10 in whatever their 2 clan skills are. So any say Frogkit. So should Frogkit be able to have level 10 in forest and fishing? Or should he only be able to say maybe get up to level 8 in both? Or should we have to roll a dice and decide what they're most skilled in? I think the rolling the dice thing is actually the one I want to go with, so they can always hit like level 5. Like, what if Frogkit is a really great forest hunter because it's just in his blood, but he's not a really good fisher, so he only gets level 5 fishing in a clan where everybody else is level 10 fishing once they max out, and he's just more naturally adapted for hunting in the forest. Maybe that would make him make some decisions about his future, or it might make him just strong for the clan, because then if anything ever happened to their fish, cough, cough, hint, 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 hint. If anything ever happened to the fish in Branch Clan, then having a very strong forest hunter would be great, because then all of the other Branch Clan cats, if they tried to hunt in the forest, would cap out at level 5, and they wouldn't ever be like totally skilled forest hunters. So I think that would be really fun, and that's what we're going to do. So that's what's going to happen today in Moss Clan. We're going to send them fishing, and Mossleaf can help. I think Mossleaf might actually step up to the plate, and even though she can't really hear what the cats are saying, she can kind of guide them and try showing them how to do some fishing. And so she has level 8 in her forest skill, and now we're going to change it so that she has dun 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 dun. What was it again? Was it intermediate? No, I'm pretty sure. Why do I always forget? Was it basic? No, it wasn't basic. Come on, Seri. Advanced? Yes. Okay, I got this now. And so we come over to her hunting skill. I'm going to say she starts with level 3 at fishing, so she can actually step in, and maybe Bartram will have someone rescue him because someone else will be teaching. So there we go. And then we'll go ahead and have Squirreleap. I think Squirreleap wants to do like 1 round of hunting here, and then she'll go join them. So we'll have to see about that. And I'm going to send Oakglade over with them too. So Oakglade, he's currently training up his normal hunting skills, but we're going to change his hunting skill from level 8, and don't worry, I have them all written down for what their forest hunting skills are. And we're going to go ahead and change his skill level to 0. So he has no skills with this. No skills at all. And then Tommy, what are you doing? That's right, Tommy is talking to Briarstock. Do I want to send Tommy and Squirreleap too? I kind of do. So, but I kind of want Squirreleap. I just feel like she would try doing some normal hunting because she gets distracted along the way. So let's lead the way with Lionstar and Bartram. and they're going to come over. We're going to try going, like I do from cat's eye view, over to the lake. All right, so here's the edge of the lake. So we'll bring them over here. I'm not going to look around until the cats are here. And we're going to go here and we're going to bring Lion Star, Mossleaf, Oak Glade. And we'll go ahead and bring Squirreleap and Tommy, and I'll change their skills once they get here. And then let's see what happens. We're going to hide in this bush. We're going to see if any dogs show up, if any two legs are here. Oh, look, there's a bunch of pigeons in the distance. It doesn't look like they're going anywhere. What is going on with those pigeons? Are they fighting the headwinds? Can they just not make any progress? What is happening with those pigeons? I have never seen that before. Oh, there they go. Okay, well, I guess the wind was just really strong for a second. That was pretty hilarious. All right, so the cats are working their way over here. And now I can start looking around a little bit now that the cats are coming. There they are. Look at them come. Oh, look at them run through the forest. See, this is not very far from Moss Clan. Just they never really have a reason to come over to this side. There's not anything suspicious over here, is there? Shh, townies, shh. There is something suspicious. There's something very suspicious. There's a stray dog. There's a stray dog. Oh my goodness. Oh, and this is another thing. This is actually something I was going to tell you guys. And the fighting skills would change the hunting skill level too. Holy days. I'm sorry it's all just like stop, pause, and skill count. But today is just like a major skill day. So let's see. And now I have to write down fighting. And then I have to put down dog. And this is a bigger dog. So yeah, this is big dog. And big dog fighting, you have different skill levels for than if it was a small dog. So big dog, and I'm going to say Lion Star is probably, I'm just going to half their forest hunting skills to start with. And then from now on, we might have them specifically train. And that's the other thing. Now we can have the cats specifically train. So when you have a mentor, it'll be even more important for the mentors to spend time with their apprentices because it will change the different skill levels. We could say that their mentors are training them in specific different skills for different ways of fighting. So that makes it much more interesting to actively, constantly have the mentors and the apprentices training, and much more important because we have to decide, okay, so should Briarstock go ahead and train Redpaw in how to fight big dogs today? Should he train him how to fight other cats today? Should he train him how to fight in between a clan, like if with a clanmate safely today? So I think that would be really interesting. But yeah, for now I'm just going to go ahead and have all of the current cats fighting skill by making like half their forest skill or fighting skill. So guess what, Lion Star? You're about to get your skills back. So he's going to have 5 when it comes to fighting a big dog. Mossleaf would have 4. Squirreleap would have 4.5. So I'm going to say we'll round that down to 4. Poor Tommy would only have 2. If Honeywish was here, then she would have 4. And let's see, Briarstock has 4 for fighting a big dog. Dogaze, I'm going to say that's like a moot point. I'll have to think about if medicine cats are trained to fight, but I'm going to have to think about that. Bartram has 0. Bartram has no skills when it comes to fighting big dogs, even though he's claimed that he can fight big dogs. So yeah, all of our cats only have like, the top fighter is Lion Star. And I don't think that Bartram has noticed that there is a big dog over here. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to have to change his skills. So we're going to set his skill level up again. And we're going to make it level 5. All right. That's right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And have we seen the dog yet? Has the dog seen us? I think Bartram, let's see what happens. Like when the dog would be noticed. All right. So everybody's over here. And right now, since Bartram just ran right up and he's like, yeah, everything's fine. I don't think they would realize anything's going on just yet. Mossleaf, where are you? Mossleaf, you're really taking the long way around, aren't you? Well, just stay safe, okay? All right, and then I think that they would start talking and Bartram would be like, so here's the water. All right, what do I do with it? And let's see if any of them react to the dog because it's kind of hidden by the bushes. So I'm going to wait and see which cat, if any, the dog either targets or comes over and starts sniffing the dog. So I think Squirreleap would go ahead and start stalking in the area. We'll have her come talk to Tommy first. Like socialize with Tommy, and then the 2 of them will start stalking for prey afterward. Just kind of in the area to give it one good forest hunt. And then Lion Star, I'll send him over here and he can start socializing with Bartram out of curiosity. And then I think that Oak Glade, you can go ahead And he's still waiting for Mossleaf to come. But yeah, I want to wait and see if the dog is going to come over and do anything. Or if he's just going to be kind of like a threat in the background. Alright, so those two will socialize. And... oh, there they go. Look how fluffy Lion Star is. Oh my goodness, it's so bushy down here. No wonder they don't see the dog yet. They're in new territory, but I think they're so focused on trying to fill their stomachs, they wouldn't think about like checking the area, especially because Bartram just ran up to the lake and he's like, okay, so I guess we're here. All right, so I think what we're going to do, and Mossleaf wants to groom Redpaw. Does she want to do anything with Oakglade by any chance? Oh, and she wants to bring Mossleaf. I'm going to have to take note of this. She's noticing how reluctant and lonely her son is becoming. So she's noticing something is up with Redpaw, but she also wants to become best friends with Oakglade. So Oakglade, you come over. We're going to have him socialize with Mossleaf. And then we're actually going to have him train by pouncing with Mossleaf. And the reason we're doing that is I'm going to say Mossleaf is going to start teaching him how to hunt for fish, how to do the fishing by pouncing. So Lion Star is going to have to learn how to come over here. Oh, that's right. I changed his skill level. I have to change it back down. I'll change it back to fighting levels once the dog does something. Because so far we haven't, I just don't think they would have thought, because they live so close to the lake, to search it. Briarstalk or Honeywish would have, but Lion Star is so concerned about the fact there's nothing to eat, I don't think he'd notice. And so they haven't confronted the stray dog yet. And I really want to see if the dog is going to do anything to us too. All right, so let's go ahead. And the only way we can now give Lion Star any skills is if he gains them from pouncing and learning from Bartram. So Bartram gets to be on the rough side of learning in just a second here. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and let Bartram... oh, and Bartram! What? Does Bartram actually... I wonder, does Bartram perhaps actually admire Lion Star in some way? Or does he just like Lion Star because Lion Star is like the leader and he knows he needs to be in with the leader? What are his motives? I know some of his secret motives, but you guys don't. And we'll have to see, how does Bartram, how's he trying to play this? What's he thinking about the whole situation here with Lion Star? Does he think Lion Star is a good leader? Or is he kind of thinking this is sort of all very silly, a lot of pageantry and silly sayings and cats holding themselves to weird rules for reasons he doesn't understand? We're gonna have to see. But I think he'd be like, okay, so this isn't so hard. And he'd come down and try to do a little bit of fishing first. So let's send him down here, and he's gonna try to show off to Lion Star by doing a little bit of fishing. And then it looks like Squirreleap is looking for a beetle. Wonderful, exactly what we need. And Tommy hasn't found anything just yet. But these two, I'm going to have to go ahead and just let them pounce until Oakglade gets a skill point, and then Mossleaf can help with the fishing. And then... Squirreleap! Yay! Squirreleap just got level 10 hunting forest skill by fighting a beetle. Woo! Wonderful. Alright, well... she didn't even catch it. She just got a snake skin. Oh, phooey. All right. Well, we'll send her on down. So I'm going to have to change on my little list here. Squirreleap is now level 10, which means that she can be a great forest hunter. But now we've got to come on down. And since she didn't even catch anything while she was trying to hunt in the forest, I think we'll send her down to come and socialize. Bartram has just improved his hunting skill. Huzzah! Oh, what's this? Oh, he wants to catch a beetle. Did he catch anything? Oh, no, he didn't catch anything. How embarrassing. But I don't think Lion Star noticed, so we'll send Bartram in to try fishing again really quickly. And I think Lion Star was just going to speak with Squirreleap for a second. What are you doing, Tommy? Oh, Tommy! You guys! Tommy is so terrified. He just found this two-leg item, and even though he used to live with two legs, he's freaked out. So the memory of two legs is coming back to him, and I'm thinking he actually has a lot stronger aversion to two legs than we thought he would. So it doesn't look like he's too content about this, and we'll send him straight back over to the entire clan, because I think that he's just going to be like, I don't want anything to do with this. I really don't want anything to do with this. All right, and let's see if Bartram has any luck whatsoever. That dog is still in the background, so we're just going to wait and see if anything happens with it. But let's see if Bartram has any luck. All right, Bartram. Time to put your money where your mouth is. All right, he's in the water, you guys. He's thrashing around. Does he actually have a fish, or is he just chasing a leaf? And the answer is, He got nothing. All right, and I think Mossleaf is going to say that, like, she's probably waved her tail. Oh, she became best friends. She became best friends with Oakglade. That's so sweet. Mossleaf's getting very tired. She does tire out a little easily. She's never really fully regained her health in some ways, it seems. Oh my goodness, and Lionstar wants to give a gift to Bartram. I think Lionstar is thinking Bartram is really doing this out of the kindness of his heart, and he is, and he wants to give a gift to Mossleaf. That's so sweet, and he wants to sniff Wildfang. So I will note that we actually do have a lot of interest between Oakglade and Wildfang, it seems, or at least a lot of Moss clans interested in Wildfang. It's very interesting to me. All right, so no skills yet. I think Mossleaf would say that she'll come down and try out a little bit of fishing, and I think that Oakglade would just turn right around and he would be like, all right, Bartram, let's do this. And he wants to learn from Bartram. All right, Tommy is back. Does Tommy want to do anything with anybody here? No, he's very concerned and kind, though, because he's worried about Robin Paw and worried, and wants to talk to Dogaze. So I'm going to interpret that as he's worried about what's going on with the sick members of the clan. And then how are we going to do this? I think because only the 2 cats who have the fishing skill right now would be able to share the fishing skill. So really, I think that these cats are just going to have to chit-chat for a little while. And I think Tommy... I think waiting, he'd probably take a nap. Not gonna lie. Domi would probably take a nap. What's this? Bartram just gained the hunting skill? You guys, do you think Bartram is realizing that there's actually something to the clan? That's not really an angle that I thought he would go for. Is he realizing there may be something for being a wild cat? This is not an angle I thought our story would take. I'm pretty impressed. And meanwhile, we still haven't noticed that there's a dog. The second the cats realize there's a dog, I'm going to be very, very interested to see how the reactions go. Especially if the dog ever notices us. Does the dog just like live over there? It looks like some sort of poodly thing. Alright, so Tommy is going ahead and he's taking a nap. Squirreleap and Lionstar will probably just chat for a minute. It begins! Oh my gosh, it begins! You guys, it's coming! The dog is coming! Oh my goodness! Oh boy. Alright. The fight needs to go down. And Bartram, you're trying to give a gift? It's all going down now, you guys! Who's he trying to give this gift to? Bartram, now's not the time to be freaked out. Oh boy, let's see how this ends. Right, so, fishing. Bartram coughed and shifted his paws, glancing at the lake behind him. It was so much bigger than he thought it would be. And just where were all the fish? Maybe the lake didn't have any fish at all, actually, even if it really, really smelled of fish. With a sigh, the dusty gray cat forced himself to look back at Oakglade, who sat patiently in front of him, waiting to be taught how to fish from a cat who, well, perhaps didn't quite know how to fish himself either. A sudden rustle in the bushes beside the cats made everyone jump, and for just a second Bartram felt weak with relief at the interruption, only to have that relief turn to horror as a dog suddenly poked its head out of the bushes, staring at the gathered cats in just as much shock as the cats were staring at it. For a moment, everyone was silent, beyond a faint whistling snore from sleeping Tommy, at least. And then Oakglade and Lionstar let out battle yowls that nearly made Bartram fall over in shock. Before the gray cat could even process what was happening, Oakglade had puffed himself up to 3 times his size and launched his powerful body into the bushes, landing square on the dog's muzzle. For a moment, the world was nothing but whirling leaves and a confusion of barking, hissing, growling, and yowling that made Bartram's ears ring. But then, as suddenly as the noise had begun, it stopped. Bartram was suddenly aware of Mossleaf standing by his side, her fur bristling and deaf ears twitching furiously as they strained in vain to pick up any sound. Before he could think of any words to say to her, the bushes shook again, and Oakglade stepped out, panting heavily. "He's gone. It was just a young one, I think. I think we surprised him." Oakglade was panting heavily, and the leaves were sticking out of his fur in all directions, making him look vaguely like a larger, fluffier, more muscled version of his brother Lizardpaw, but he seemed otherwise unharmed. Lionstar flicked his tail in question, and Oakglade nodded, a large smile breaking across his face despite himself. "Not a scratch on me. I'm sure it was just luck. I surprised him. Next time, I'll be sure to patrol the area first. Right, Bartram murmured, his eyes wide. Despite his innate sense of terror and its usual instinctual response to run as fast as his paws could carry him away from trouble, he felt something odd swirl around inside his chest as he glanced between Oakglade and Lionstar, noticing their powerful bodies and training as though for the first time. He stared at the huge claws on Oakglade's feet, suddenly feeling very conscious of his own thin, lightly muscled body. What did it feel like to be that strong? Strong enough to chase dogs away? Just luck you chased him away with, sure. The bushes beside the cats rustled again, and the startled Moss Clan cats whirled around, Oakglade and Lionstar already growling as they prepared to face the next intruder. Bartram had just a moment of fleeting panic at just how he was supposed to survive a fight with a dog, before the dark figure pushed through the branches beside him. Come, the gray cat had no doubt in his mind, to snap him up like a tasty dog treat morsel. So, a black and white tuxedo cat that Bartram didn't recognize came out from under the bushes. The Moss Clan cats gasped, and the black and white cat lowered his head slightly, his tail raised in a shy friendliness behind him. The tuxedo cat glanced over at Mossleaf and Bartram, who were still wet from their attempts at fishing in the lake, then turned his gaze to Lionstar, his eyes shimmering with emotion. Could Moss Clan perhaps use a fishing cat? If you'll have me? There was a shocked silence at the strange cat's words, and Bartram found himself blinking like a stunned owl, glancing in confusion between the cats around him and the newcomer. He had no idea what was going on, other than the fact he wasn't being eaten alive by a dog, but he felt oddly swept up in the emotions of the situation, and watched with bated breath as Lionstar stepped forward, a look of quiet joy mingled with sorrow on the golden tabby leader's face. Of course, Crowfeather. Welcome home. All right, so I suppose you could say that's an unexpected catch from the lake today, but Crowfeather is back in Moss Clan, you guys! So I was thinking about bringing him back for a lot of reasons that are secret and plotty, and this just proved to be the perfect opportunity to do so. When the cats would be over here at the lake, who better to show up than the former fishing cat of Moss Clan, returned potentially to Moss Clan. But I don't know, we've never seen how Branch Star is actually going to take the fact that his brother has left Branch Clan and returned to Moss Clan, so we definitely need to look into that. But I thought it was very, very interesting, you guys, that as soon as we got over here, oh, I have to take care of Redpaw and his fleas. I totally forgot. Whoops, and I forgot to take care of Willow. Sorry about that, Willow. We'll just kind of like cheat all of her needs up because she's a forest spirit. She doesn't need to worry about anything. But it was really interesting because as soon as Crowfeather popped over here, he immediately rolled the wand to become best friends with Lionstar again, and also to sniff Shellkit, which I thought was kind of interesting. And Lionstar rolled the wand to be able to playfully chase Crowfeather and also to learn hunting skill, which I think means like learning the fishing skill. So maybe Crowfeather will have to celebrate by showing off his amazing level 10 fishing skill. He's become an expert fisher in his time away. And what else does he want to do? Oh, he wants to sniff Little Beakit. He wants to sniff Redpaw. So he's curious about Shellkit. I'll remember that. And he wants to sniff Tommy. And another thing I thought was very interesting. Bartram, what are you doing? I turned my back for like 1 minute and Bartram has gone into this little nook cave. I think he's maybe taking a moment to sort of think by himself, but he rolled the want to actually come over here and socialize with Crowfeather. So I think he's quite curious, and he also wants to actually go over and sniff Mossleaf. So come on, Bartram. Get back over here, buddy. You can come and take a nap at another time. I think the fishing trip is more or less like off at the moment because there's just so much going on. I think that Lionstar would understand actually if everybody needed a nap after having a fight with the dog. And we did have a fight with the dog. So what happened? Oakglade, what are you doing? Why are you over here? He's checking out what the Two Lake Territory spot has, like the little pavilion, but we don't need to be over here, Oakglade. Seriously, get out of here. Get out of here. Hurry, hurry, before somebody comes and tries to like get you. Also, can you fish over here? If there's like fish actually here. Nope, he has to have the fishing skill. All right, well, let's send him back over here because he does want to sniff Tommy and everything. And they probably need to talk about the dogs. Maybe Oakglade is just like searching and checking and seeing if the dogs were nearby. I feel like I'm missing a cat. I'm missing Bartram, but he'll come back. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So Bartram, I always thought he was kind of like a flippant character who just wanted to steal everything from everybody, more or less. But from the looks of it, he's actually really curious about Crowfeather. He has run into Crowfeather before, but he forgot. Oh, and look, socialize with Oakglade. Oh my goodness. And okay, at least she still wants to socialize with Redpaw. Good job, Mossleaf. She's a little bit worried about her son. And Tommy's just going to go ahead and sleep. She wants to socialize with Oakglade too. But Crowfeather and Lionstar have a lot to catch up on. So these two are definitely going to have to do some talking. I think that Crowfeather, he's definitely hungry. And oh my goodness, so we did bring a lot of things with us. We brought rainbow snails and other things with us to the clan. So I wonder if when he hands over a rainbow snail to the medicine cat Dogaze, if he might reference the rainbow snail that he gave to Bartram to send up to Moss Clan. Or maybe Crowfeather will forget all about it. We'll have to see where those chips will lie. Oh, and Lizardpaw caught a pigeon? What? Lizardpaw? That's interesting, you guys. That's the best food that anybody at Moss Clan has caught all day long. I wonder if he's learning how to use some of his other skills for that. And then he's about to pounce, looks like he's off to go pounce Redpaw. So, or is Redpaw off to go pounce him? Redpaw's about to be pounced by him. So I wonder if he wants Redpaw's help to take the pigeon to Robinpaw, because Lizardpaw is quite worried about his sister. But yes, so great thing. We did have the dog fight. And Oakglade actually did go over. Stop trying to go over there, Oakglade. You are such a goose bucket. Play with Squirrely. Here, come over here and talk to Tommy for a minute. Just socialize with Tommy. Socialize with Tommy and stop trying to go jump on counters. And then Lionstar, I think, is going to maybe... He's got a cardinal. So we have a little bit of food that we can kind of scrape together. But I think that, yeah, he would definitely socialize with Crowfeather. Let's see if we can teach him at least just one skill really quickly. One skill point that we need. Whoops, that actually needs to be a pounce. Play and pounce. We need at least one skill point to be able to get that hunting skill so we can start teaching him his fishing. So that's really interesting. We've had a big day. We've explored a little bit more about what it means to have the various skill levels and how to use NRAS to adjust them. Bartram is really surprising me. Today he rolled time to focus on him. Like I said, I roll at the beginning of every episode now to figure out which two cats out of the clan to kind of focus on. Bartram has really impressed me, and I wasn't able to focus on Redpaw, unfortunately. And oh my goodness, Redpaw, I think you need to tell your brother no. You need to pee, you need to make dirt, and you need to go, and somebody's been sick. And where's Dogaze? She needs to cure you of like your fleas. Dogaze, you seriously need to get on top of that. So we need to take care of things back here at home, but hopefully Crowfeather will be able to get used to camp. I think he's going to be really, really shocked. He hasn't really seen what Moss Clan looks like after the meteors. So we're going to have to see how Crowfeather is going to adjust to camp, how all of the cats are going to react to him, and then eventually how Branch Clan is going to have reacted from Crowfeather leaving. We're going to start seeing those two things come together and wind together. And yes, we are going to be seeing a couple other little mysteries, and then season 2 is coming around the corner. So it is coming, you guys. It is coming. And something very important has happened with Crowfeather coming back to us tonight. Also, he's very hungry. So let's just go ahead. We're just going to send all of the cats back home. Every cat can just go ahead and go back home, and then we'll deal with everything food wise, and we'll deal with everything let's see, Squirrely, come on, you're gonna go back home too. We'll deal with everything food wise, and we'll deal with everything flea wise next time to try to level it all out. So poor Dogaze, she's going to be very, very busy. Oh, and you can't get fleas, Dogaze. That at least is good. That's her benefit as medicine cat. So yeah, and Oakglade, I did roll because we took his hunting skill and halved it. He had 4 for his dog fighting skill that we decided, and we'll level up the dog fighting skills for all of the cats from now on. So they'll start with 0 and build their way up. And he managed to win. So I rolled the random generator and he got a 21, which means, okay, nope, don't sleep there. You're going to go and you're going to cure You're going to, oh, poor Robin Paw. She's really hungry. She's really hungry, but she was actually about to be, I think Lizard Paw was coming to say something to her. Yeah, he was going to come over and groom his sister. That's so sweet. No, and he got fleas. No, why? And he wants to improve his hunting skills so he can bring her food. So we'll at least have him do that much. We'll have him go ahead and bring her some food, and she needs to wait right here because Dogaze is going to come over. And we're going to have Dogaze groom her and get rid of her fleas because we have limes. So it's coming together. It's coming together. And I'm sorry we haven't had warriors as regularly as usual. There's just been a lot going on in the world and a lot going on in my life too. All right, Lizard Paw, you come over here. And you go ahead and present this to... Robin Paw, so she can start having some of the hardy food that she actually needs in order to start getting better. So I'm keeping track of that, keeping track of a whole bunch of other things. Is she going to react to it? Let's have her react to it, and then we can go ahead and have her be groomed. All right, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna pick it up? Yay, I think she likes it. Dogaze, you can wait just a second for her to eat. And Dogaze is like, okay, I'll take a nap. But all right, we'll take care of all of this next time. But yeah, so we've started dabbling with the new skills. We have Crowfeather back in the clan. We've started dabbling more with how to focus on the different cats every time. I'm sorry if the writing was a little bit off and if the reading was a little bit off. It's been a really hard time over the last week, and it's just been really hard to keep up with everything. But I promise you guys, I'm going to do my best. Let's get rid of that nasty throw up. No, thank you. And we're going to try to fill up Moss Clan with more than beetles. We are going to be trying to add in a lot of fish and to start really diving into some of these smaller stories in the clan too, to see how everybody is sort of settling in and how all of the personalities will mix and mash now that Crowfeather is back. So we're going to have to see how his addition is going to affect the clan, especially when it comes to relationships between Branch Clan and Moss Clan. I have a feeling if they're not able to get enough fish, if he can't train enough of the cats fast enough to prevent sickness starting in the clan, so if he can't train enough of the cats on how to fish and be able to feed everybody, if more cats start getting sick again, I think that Honeywish and Briarstalk would pressure Lionstar into heading down to the field. If they can't find anything in their forest now, they might pressure Lionstar to head down into this contested field. And this is area that Branch Clan currently feels like they own and they deserve because of all the help they gave Moss Clan. Normally the two clans fight over this area, but Branch Clan helped out Moss Clan after the meteors arrived and the Skystones fell and the forest fire happened. So they feel like they've earned this field, and there might be a little bit of fighting, and there may be a young cat or two who may talk to some very strongly worded deputy, or at least like deputy when she's not a queen in the clan, who feels like he has big reasons to prove himself. And waking up and finding out that Oakglade managed to defeat a dog and chase off the dog. I rolled to see if he defeated him. He did. I rolled to see if he was injured at all, and he had a 6 out of 100. So I think he was just like a little bit breathless from the fight. No damage. Yeah, I don't think Red Paw is going to be that happy to be under the shadow of his brother even more. So an Oakglade, though, ironically, I think would be a little upset with himself, a little bit excited because he chased away his very first dog all by himself. But I think he would be a little bit upset with himself too because he didn't patrol the area. And so he has this very serious personality, kind of inherited from his mentor, if you ask me. And he really feels like that was his fault that the dog was even there in the first place. So we're gonna have to see where all these personalities start jumping around, and I would love to be able to focus on Lizard Paw a little bit more so we can see how his relationship with his sister is going, and we can see what he's going to be doing with his own skills. So we have so many things to look at and so much to do, and I will get back into the flow of it. And thank you guys so much for your patience. It's been really hard. It's actually been I sat down to record Warrior Cats, that was about 5.5 hours ago. And it's crashed several times, and I've had to stop to write things. And yeah, it takes me about 6 hours on average to do a single episode. So I really appreciate your guys' patience. And I really am starting to become more comfortable too with how to balance the random generators in the game, which is how I can make them faster. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.